This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. You've got all of us here today. We are so happy to be here and enjoying your morning. It is the last week, and we're excited to share it with you. Welcome again to DBL. Have you ever had a conversation with a friend? Have you ever had a friend? I'm just kidding. And later you realize something you mentioned all of a sudden ended up being in an advertisement online? Well, it turns out your smartphone may actually be listening in on your conversations. So a leaked pitch deck from a marketing partner of some very big online companies reveals it allegedly eavesdrops on users' conversations. One slide, as you see here, says microphones on our smartphones and laptops capture real-time data by listening to our conversations, and then advertisers can compare this data to target consumers. They also reveal that they use predictive AI, which targets your digital advertising using this data. Now, several of this company's alleged clients, including Google, Facebook, and Amazon, are speaking out, saying they have stopped working with the company or never did. Have you all experienced something like this? I want $2 million.
The lotto's going to pop up.
Yeah.
I have, and I have no problem with it.
So you like the
It's great.
curation.
Yeah. If you
It's like
how does
Netflix.
Anthony pick out your Christmas gift every year? He overhears you say something. Oh, I need a new jacket, and then he remembers 5 months later and gets you. And you're like, thanks for remembering. That's what your phone's doing all the time. It's like having a better partner.
But
It's
did you
great.
have an expectation of privacy on your phone that you thought no one was listening? Like,
No.
you didn't have any expectation of privacy that this was not on when you don't ask for it to be on.
You don't notice that, like, I would notice as a comic traveling, if I was going to a city and looking at flights, maybe if I didn't find the flight, then like a couple weeks later I would see like, here's an ad to Tampa. Oh, what are the chances they picked that city? You know, Erica.
Yeah. At first, I was like, this does, although we know it's happening, it does feel like a violation. Because especially with our phones at the desk, whatever we're talking about during the day pops up at some point.
It's true.
That week.
Yes.
Right. Inevitably,
Nordic Track.
it'll pop.
I
Yes.
literally never searched Nordic Track until you went on your Nordic Track rant, and now I get Nordic Track ads all the time.
So it's like we know that this is happening, and that we're at the point where most of us are so tied to this technology that there's really nothing we can, quote, do about it.
We're held hostage
But
by it,
I
yeah.
had an interesting conversation with a friend who was like, I know this is happening, I just want to get paid for it. And if you think about it, like I used to do these like focus groups, and that's the information that companies would want. So I think that might be the solution. If you're taking our data, just pay us for it.
Yeah, every single person watching at home in this room knows this is real. So just
Yes.
cop to it. Don't be like, I had no idea,
Right.
or they snuck this in, or the fine print. Like, just be legit about what you're doing. You know, it's the same as like voting. You're like, do you want your kids to have free meals? You're like, yeah, cool. Your mortgage is going up $1,000 at the bottom. You know, and you're like, what? Well, I didn't vote for that. They sneak things in. So I don't like the being sneaky and not copying to what everybody already knows that you're doing. That's
I
what
agree
don't
with you.
like.
I feel like, I don't know, in my opinion, if a reasonable person couldn't read that fine print, that's not really fair to expect us to have read all of that information at some point.
Well, the ethics committee in Silicon Valley has said that this is a slippery slope because of the fact that this is just the beginning. That data is the most lucrative asset
Yes.
out there,
Gold.
period.
Yeah.
And what they will start doing, whether it's with illegal voting campaigns or whatever it may be, if they have data, they can solve anything. It's almost like, can't believe I'm going to compare this to a sports analogy. But when I saw Sign Stealers on Netflix, it's all about deciphering signals,
signs,
Or plays. The other thing.
plays.
Exactly. So yeah, it's alarming because if they have our data, who knows what they can really do with it without us knowing.
Now, I just have to ask, like you said, some people like being curated to. Like that Netflix is like, oh, you just watched Alone, now you might watch Outcast or whatever. Do you guys, do any of you find it convenient that it pops
I
up?
think we directly benefit from it.
Does anyone, do you,
Absolutely.
Yeah, but what if they're using your data for nefarious purposes? Then you're going to think
and
different.
capturing your voice?
I mean, that's a possibility, absolutely. But the broader, better purpose is sometimes you're going, oh, I was looking for, look at these cute shoes I found. You didn't find those. Those found their way to you. And so,
walked
like,
their
no one ever gives credit to the machine. take over. They've got it. They're way better at everything. What are you talking about? No, everything that we do is through a machine. And so, like, let's give it on over to them.
I don't like
Let's
it.
just see how they roll.
Al's turning into a machine.
Al is a
down.
machine.
Are you there? Are you real?
I'm gonna be like Terminator. I'll be like, I like them. All right.
They're
Give it a shot.
taking over. All right, guys, let us know what you think on the YouTube chat. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with Carson Kressley all about an outrageous fashion trend making waves right now, and our very own Dr. Coley is going to be joining us in studio for one last time before our final show. We can't wait to talk with her next about the top health headlines. Welcome back to DBL. We've got the one and only Dr. Coley joining us today. And we've never had 6 on the panel, so I've never sat so close to Al in my entire
Very
life.
strange.
Hi there.
We do look like a focus group up here.
We do. All right, Dr. Coley, we want to talk to you about 60-year-old model Elle McPherson. I had no idea about this. In a recent interview, she revealed she was diagnosed with breast cancer 7 years ago. She said doctors suggested she undergo some pretty aggressive treatment, but Elle said she decided to forego any traditional medical and pharmaceutical route, instead focusing on heart-led holistic approaches. She says she's now in clinical remission. So can you talk to us first about the cancer Elle had, and what is the typical treatment and the success rate?
I mean, this is high risk. She had cancer 7 years ago. Now it's recurred, and her doctors had recommended the most aggressive therapy, mastectomy, radiation, chemo, and something called hormone therapy. And she turned her back on that and went on this holistic approach. So she had a cancer called HER2 positive, which was also estrogen receptor positive. So that's kind of the signature of the cancer that we use to figure out how to attack it. So these are kind of, receptors on the surface of the cancer, and we give additional treatments to prevent those receptors from causing the cancer to grow, because these HER2 positive cancers, they grow faster and they spread more. And so we usually use what's called targeted therapy, Herceptin, which is an antibody against HER2. And if you do it right, guys, in its early stage, it can have a 99% 5-year survival rate. But in her case, I'm a little worried about her approach, to be honest.
Yeah, that's my question. What do you think about these unorthodox treatments like the holistic one that Elle did?
Like,
So-
what exactly
and what's
would you
her
say to her
focus?
in that moment?
I mean, I would say she is gambling with her health in a really dangerous way. Now, I love the combination of Western and Eastern medicine, so I love unorthodox therapies as complementary therapies. In fact, acupuncture, massage, yoga, meditation, these have really helped cancer patients deal with side effects, deal with anxiety, and all the other things. But to turn your back on what actually works, proven on science, and try just this for a recurrence of cancer, I would say is really dangerous. And for her to say she's in remission, I mean, we don't know that you're in remission until it comes back a few years later, you know?
Well, I don't even know, like, I get the holistic approach, but what does that entail? Because Elle Macpherson obviously has the resources, right, to pay for this holistic approach. But what about just an average person? Can anyone afford to do this?
You know, it's kind of funny. I feel like her resources almost got in her way. They prevented her from seeking the traditional therapy, and kind of people convinced her money was her weakness. They convinced her to use this holistic approach. But for a regular person, Jeff, what that might look like is insurance companies covering treatments like acupuncture, yoga, massage, support groups, those types of things, which again can be very effective in treating cancer patients, helping them cope with the side effects of chemotherapy.
All right, Doc, let's switch gears. Obviously, this is our last week. This is your last appearance on our show because you're a busy Harvard-educated doctor. So between two doctors like ourselves, is there anything that you would want to say to the DBL Nation before we get up out of here?
Honestly, I have such a heavy heart this week. I mean, this has been the most fulfilling journey any physician could ever be on. And I feel like as a person, as a doctor, as a medical educator, like, I've grown so much on this show. It's going to be a heavy heart to say goodbye, but I also feel like Sam and I are going to continue to work on educating the public over at 9 News. We're going to keep talking about healthcare and medicine, and I want every single person in DBL Nation to know that the last 4 years hopefully taught you how to take control of your health, to be empowered on your health journey, to speak up, and to know that we all have your back, and we're going to continue to sort of educate you and help you through all of your life's challenges in whatever form that may be. And I hope that all of us continue to stay as close a family as we have become.
Amen.
And I'm going to speak for all of us and just say thank you. I'm sure that Dr. Coley has answered very serious personal questions for us, and some silly ones like when I called you about COVID and said, should I spray disinfectant in the air when I walk? I didn't know. All these questions, some range from silly to life-threatening. You've been there for us and our families.
Yeah.
And you have
we
Dr.
appreciate
Jackson.
You. Yeah, well, you know.
And
I say take it with a grain of salt with me.
Yeah, well, our YouTube family is also writing in as well. We love you. Thank you for being here. Which camera? Our show may be going away, but DBL Nation, you can still watch her medical segments on 9 News. You can also follow Dr. Coley on social media at PyleColeyMD and subscribe to her YouTube page. Plus, check out her podcast, Heart of Medicine, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you again, Coley.
One more time for Dr. Coley.
Woo!
We love you, girl.
Thank you for being
The best.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
Sam gave a high clap.
I know.
Welcome back. Earlier, we chatted with friend of the show, Carson Kressley, for the last time. And I was twinning with the fab stylist. Take a look.
Carson Kressley!
Hello. So glad to be with you guys.
You're a judge on season 5 of the Food Network's BBQ Brawl, Barbecue Brawl. But can you really throw down, Carson, on the grill?
Boy, can I ever. And I have never really made a lot of food in my own home before because I'm a New Yorker, but I do have a farm in Pennsylvania where I am right now. And after I did like season 2 or 3 of Barbecue Brawl, I thought I better learn how to grill. You know, I know what tastes good. I know how to judge the show. That's not a problem. But I thought I would be inspired. And I saw at the grocery store, there was this like big styrofoam container of chicken thighs, which I've never made before. They were like $5. I was like, this is a bargain. They look delicious. They're supposed to be the juiciest part of the chicken. So I had people over and I fired up my grill under my covered patio. And then I put the chicken thighs on. And then I went swimming. Don't do that. And when I came back, there was a giant blaze happening in my grill. And
You guys are matching.
Yeah, I like your match. Kind of matching. Hi. Okay.
oh, great minds think alike.
Yes, I love it. So it's been 10 years since former President Obama broke the internet by wearing a tan suit. And he just celebrated by posting a pic of Vice President Harris in a beige suit from the DNC. So, Carson, are there fashion rules the President of the United States should follow?
I mean, the president's just like us, right? So they would follow the same fashion rules. I don't know why Obama in the tan suit was like such a big kerfuffle, because the poplin suit in tan or olive green or even a seersucker has been a staple of like summertime businessmen since the dawn of time, whether it's Wall Street or Washington, D.C.
So there's a new bizarre fall fashion trend. It's called the Ozempic coat.
What?
Okay, get a look. I'm just taking a look. It's a pretty much just a long trench coat, and it's supposed to be extremely slimming.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess you could just call it a slimming coat. But are you on board with this? Tell me.
You know what? The trench also, again, nothing new here, people. The trench has been around since literally, I think, World War I. That was a thing that people wore in the trenches.
Right.
This more nipped-in waist and a wider shoulder is really flattering. And anytime you wear something long that kind of has contour to it, especially if it's open and you have that column-like, contrast going down the middle of your body, it is going to let the eye go up and down and kind of create a slimming effect. I don't know that I'd call it the Ozempic trench. I just call it a flattering trench.
Yeah.
Good for almost everybody. If you're a little bit maybe more petite, I would say wear the trench's second cousin, the pea coat.
Oh, the pea coat. Trench of the pea coat. Real quick, I just want to say I've always enjoyed having you on, and I also want to say thank you for what you've done for the LGBTQ community. I think you've changed it by far more than any human being in America. So bravo to what you've done, Carson. Bravo.
Oh my gosh, you're going to make me cry,
You deserve
Tori.
it,
Thank you.
You deserve it. You really, really do.
You've had to say goodbye to your time on some great shows. So what advice do you have for us about moving on?
Oh, it's very sad, and I love you guys so much, and I will have the best memories of coming to Denver and working with you all. Adore each and every one of you. This show is not over because you carry it with you everywhere you go, and with your friendship and with your bond. And shows that I've had, like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, it ended 20 years ago. I'm still friends with the entire cast. We do reunion tours. We're on a thread, so be glad it happened. It's never really going away because you're always going to have your friendships and your fans. And then the last thing, take some time, enjoy the breather. Don't be ruled by fear. Enjoy the moment to figure out what you want to do next and make sure it's something you love.
Thank you for being a friend and joining us on DBL over the years. DBL Nation, catch the season 5 finale of BBQ Brawl on the Food Network. Thank you again, Carson. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
is it, the premiere episode of Daily Blast Live.
That's right, guys. We are live.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live.
Daily Blast Live.
Daily Blast Live.
After 7 incredible seasons, Daily Blast Live is wrapping up. Join us as we count down to our final goodbye on September 6th. It's hard to put into words just how much this journey has meant to all of us.
We're all in this together.
We've shared laughs.
Or does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! I can't with you. I'm turning the chair.
Tears,
You are so generous to me.
But I hope she's still watching.
and countless unforgettable moments together.
Life is good for me.
And we thank each and every one of you for welcoming us into your homes every day
And this is just the best send-off ever.
and for being a part of our DBL family.
Extra music at the end. I was fine. till
And
the
thanks
end.
for being our heart.
What was that music at the,
The
end?
music was like so
Chris
unnecessary.
McPherson. Who did that?
Pulling
It
on
was
the
like,
heartstrings.
I feel like seen and hurt. I don't know.
That's a different hashtag.
Yeah. Well, now it's time for Deal Blast. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out. Steph, what do you have for us today? Let's shop.
First up, we have got the Born short sleeve, notch collar and pant pajama set.
How cute.
They are so soft. They've got a really comfy elastic waistband. And we've seen these priced as high as $88.
Ooh, no.
But we've got them for $14.99. That is saving 83%.
And it's a fun little print, right,
Oh,
Steph?
it is. Oh, and honestly, I wish you could feel how soft this is. It's gorgeous.
Get that,
Gorgeous.
guys.
Up next, we have the Oraimo cordless electric spin scrubber.
Cute.
These are powerful, built-in spinning, rechargeable motors that save you half the time or more on your chores.
Yeah.
Now, this is a doorbuster deal, and that means it's extremely popular, and we have a limit on them of 3 per customer.
Got it.
So this has been priced up to $70. We have got it for just $20. That is saving 71%.
That is perfect because I've been like scrubbing because I have guests coming,
I
and it'd be
know.
so nice to stand up and do it that way with different heads like that.
Next up, we've got the Donna and Becky Esther crossbody.
Ooh.
It's made from high quality vegan leather, and it's got gold tone hardware, and this will fit all of your essentials into organized compartments inside. This is a doorbuster deal, which means only 3 per customer. We've seen this priced as high as $58. We have got it for $10. That's saving 83%.
Very cute.
Very cute indeed. And then our last product today is the Clover by Joe 3-piece clipped jacquard comforter set.
That's cute.
Now this is perfect for hot sleepers because it's lightweight, it's machine washable, which means easy cleaning, and we've seen this price as high as $100 before. We have got it for $29.99, which is saving 70%.
It's preppy, it's cute, but it's clean lines, and that deal, what a price. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag all these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can scan that QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph. We love sharing your comments. Maxwell writes, Tori, you really make us feel like real friends, and we love you for that. Thank you. Continue being you.
Continue reading comments about yourself.
I didn't print this. I didn't print this or choose
Trace
this.
that number.
I didn't choose this, Maxwell. Thank you. Benjamin writes, I'm going to miss every single person on this show.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Thank you, Benjamin.
What about Maxwell?
Look how tall,
No.
much taller I am, because my chair doesn't go down.
Yeah,
so I
what's up with my chair?
You look horrendously low.
That was a little rough.
Okay. Came out aggressive. I'm so sorry.
Struggling for an adjective to use.
Yeah.
DBL is new every day. We will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Why? I can't go down.